Bark, 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 bark. Chicken here, back with another Boom Beach video. So today is the Dr. Terror volcano base, so we'll definitely go over that. We had a bit of an intel problem yesterday, unfortunately. As you guys probably saw in the couple last videos there, we weren't really gaining any. Um, Apparently everyone's just like busy or something, whatever, so we're gonna have to try to work on that. I think I have a supply chest coming, so that should help. And we had to drop down and do hacksaw just because of a lack of intel, so it's not like these were all unboosted, I think, except for mine because I was still carrying over from the last one. I forgot to show my stats in the last video, but with full boost now, since I swapped out the damage for the GBE, it's, as you can see, 108 and 254, which I think is a pretty good combination. So we'll go over this one here. Obviously, this is going to be like pretty easy considering it's hacksaw health-wise. But the base layout is somewhat similar to the ones you get higher up for Black River. You basically just need to be worried about these mortars over here. Don't seem like they're in range of the core, but they actually are when you look at them. And so you have to watch the shock. I think it takes 1, 2, 3, 4 shocks, which obviously with 250 plus percentage GB isn't that big of a deal. You can see I'm just kind of launching it out here. And yeah, it's almost flawless. I think we lost 1 Zuka there. 5 Zukas. Okay, so not perfect, but I mean, doesn't have to be with hacksaw for sure. So I'll show you the Dr. Terror attacks today. I am going to be going for the world record in the near future. That's another reason why I swapped out my statues. But today I just use Scorchers and Tanks because when I do the record, it's definitely not going to be volcano based just because they're harder. So this one I was just kind of going through the motions, but we'll show you the last one here. So again, Scorchers and Tanks is usually the best for Dr. Terror. Like, except for that one video I showed where it had all the boom cannons and cannons, and there are a lot of boom cannons and cannons for this one, but today they're just under-leveled, so even with the giant statue boost that he has, it's not like, you can still take them out pretty easily, and they don't do that much extra damage, so it's not the end of the world. So we're kind of flying through here. All the defenses you can see too are all, like, everything's super packed in close together, so you could see I was getting like 7 or 8 buildings, whatever it was, with 1 shock, so that definitely helped a lot. So yeah, there it was. Dr. Terror went down. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll do a player base. I'm noticing at this level I'm getting a lot of different, like I think 900 is getting to be pretty common for people who are just kind of floating. I'm getting a lot of bases under 60 with not very much ice. There still is the odd one. It's just kind of random. It's not like it was like 2 or 3 months ago when I was around 900. I was getting a lot of mainly ice bases and that. So I think this guy just has 2. Yeah. So should be a pretty easy takedown. So with RZM, it's pretty hard to go wrong. You want to take out the rocket launchers first, of course, and then once you do that, you're pretty well safe. You don't need to do this, but since I have extra GBE, I think I'll take down a shock launcher. He's got, you have to be worried about the mortars too, but he's got them like way in the back, so that's going to make this even easier. Hopefully we can take this down with 1 barrage and 1 artillery, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah, and I'm going to save the rest. You have to be worried about mines too with the RZM. So taking those out at the start definitely helps. Not worried at all about the boom cannons or the cannons. They can pick off rifles as they go. That's not going to be a big deal. It's more so the shock launcher. and the mortars once you take out the rockets, and the flamethrowers, of course, too. If you get too close to those, they can end an RZM raid pretty quickly. If you're not if you're not paying attention. See what I mean with the mines, though? Like if you're looking somewhere else and you walk over like 5 or 6 of them, then that can take out like all your rifles, which you don't want usually. So I'm gonna throw critters down there just because there's a lot of I don't think there's anything. Some of them will get touched by the flamethrower and the mortar, but for the most part, it was mostly just boom cannons and whatnot. So I'm gonna reflare back here because I don't need to be going down that way. I'm not worried about that flamethrower since it's such low level. It's not really gonna do anything. So I'm just gonna lose a few to the boom cannon, and that's gonna be it. We're gonna take this down, and that's basically how it goes for RZM. Like, you are gonna lose troops, but you shouldn't have any problems if all your troops are maxed and all your boats are maxed and stuff. If you have a mainly offensive statue layout, then shouldn't have too many problems with it. So I'm gonna load that up again, and hopefully we can. Actually, we need one more metal here for the supply chest. So we'll go ahead and take down a random NPC base. So I wouldn't ever recommend using RZM for NPCs because you are going to lose some, and generally when you do NPCs, you don't want to lose any troops. So I'm just going to shock there while these guys get into shape. Oh, I missed them there. Yeah. So obviously you can do this a lot better. I would Scorcher tanks, or all Scorchers even, is can be best for NPCs, because you should be able to do all of them without losing any troops that way, and then you can get them all done at once, because they definitely can get tedious over time. So yeah, making our way through, blasting down. But yeah, NPC bases definitely can get boring, so if you can do them with Zookas too, actually, if that'd be a really good way to practice with them, because you don't need a ton of them since they have such low health. So if you wanted to practice like how to walk with Zookas and like just by taking down NPC bases, that would be a really good way to do it. I might put out a Zooka guide coming up. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you guys would be interested in. Maybe I could do a guide for all my layouts, or all the troop loadouts that I'm comfortable with. So yeah, and I guess that's gonna be it for today. There's not really any exciting operation stuff going on, so hopefully we can get a few more intels out of everybody. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Stay tuned for more. Chicken out.